Hey guys, it's Dr. Sebastian and I'm going to talk to you about Achilles tendonitis today and why yours is really not getting better. And you know, an important thing with Achilles tendonitis is knowing what actually it is, number one, is because number one, you can notice even on her, notice how thin this Achilles tendon is, right? If it's really Achilles tendonitis, it's going to be larger, it's going to be boggy, it's going to feel swollen. And especially when you compare to the other side, notice these are fairly similar. And so although you're having pain around the Achilles tendon, it doesn't mean you actually have Achilles tendonitis. So if you treat it as Achilles tendonitis, it's not going to get better. And so what I typically do in examining people like this is, number one, I kind of run my hand down through and see where they feel some tenderness, okay? Next is we see if there's any pain with loading. And so I'd have her push into my hand here really firmly. Okay, look how much load I can put in the Achilles right there, and it's not lightening her up at all. We can also have her go right onto her toes when she's standing and basically do some heel pumps, or just kind of go up on the toes like that. And if it's not really creating an overt response right here, then maybe we're looking at something else. And so what I've found is that actually a lot of times people, when they're having issues with chronically loading the Achilles with running, it's not necessarily that the Achilles gets swollen or so, or necessarily, but it's that there's some referred symptoms down there from other parts of the body. And one of the simplest things we can do is just to get the hips working well so these don't have to work so hard. And so go ahead and flip over for me, okay? And so we're going to remedy this a little bit with a glute bridge. And so just to be clear, on glute bridging, we'll do it on this leg just so everyone can see. With glute bridging, just like any other exercise, or like say you're taking a medication, it's either going to work or it doesn't work. And so the problem with it, a lot of people tend to have with Achilles treatments is they're like, well, maybe after like 3 months, it's gonna start working. It's not, okay? If it's gonna work, it's gonna work very quickly. And what I mean by very quickly, within a couple weeks, you'll be like, dude, this is getting better. You know, it should be exciting. You should be running again. You should be doing things that excite you. And so if these don't work, like this might not work. That's just how it is. But in that case, we just find something else that works. So here's all we're gonna do with this. Go ahead and put your hands right here. And actually, we're going to, once you cup them, just right into there. And so what this is going to do, this is going to stop her from extending too much the low back right here. Because what we want to produce is mainly extending at the hip. And what we find that when people are looking to run forward, just stay right there 1 sec. When they're trying to run forward, they have to load into the hips to propel forward, okay? If you're loading vertically like this, then this is a lot of knee dominant movements, and it makes the Achilles work too hard. And so we're just going to get this hip to start working right here. So all I want you to do is, let's just bring this up like that. Keep that heel on the table and push into the table really hard until you lift up to the sky. So go ahead and give me some reps there and come on back down. And so keep going with that. And I might ask her a couple questions here. Okay, so we're going to go into the point where she feels fatigue right here. And it's really important to realize that she's feeling the fatigue there because people tend to feel it in other spots. They're like, well, it hurts my back. Well, yeah, sometimes it does hurt people's backs because they're not feeling it here. Go ahead and relax 1 second. One thing to consider on that is that if it starts to bother the back, maybe you're loading too much into the toes right here, right? And the heel's lifting up. Maybe the hamstring's working too hard, again, because you're not driving through here, or maybe this is maybe in the wrong position for you. So whatever the position is that makes it seem like it gets it right into this area right here, that's what we work with. And so go ahead and let's go half rep. Good. Where are you starting to feel that? Good. Perfect spot. So we're just going to go until fatigue. I'm not going to make you do that. But that's the basic part of it. And you tend to go to relax that. All you have to do is then take this exercise into another type of exercise later. And this is a corrective exercise, we say. It's corrective because it's meant to correct something and move away from. Okay? If we have her on the ground doing this all the time, it's not going to carry over to running, and she's going to be very frustrated that her Achilles issues keep coming back. And so we get the load to work into the hips, we start loading the hinge, and this person will start feeling much better. So again, if you're not having the good success you're looking for with your Achilles issues, just reach out to me. Okay? I'm in Huntington Beach, California. This is oftentimes a really simple thing, and it seems to reduce if we pick the right thing, okay? And I've told people many times that if I pick the wrong thing, we'll know it, and we'll start changing it, okay? Everybody can be, not everyone is gonna be using this exercise. It just depends on what works for you. So if you need some help, just reach out to me. There's a lot of free resources that I have for Achilles issues on my website, p2sportscare.com. Just go on there, check it out, free reads, free videos, there's a bunch of stuff there. So if you like what you're seeing, come in and see me.